Alright, what is up guys? Ben Allen back again with another video. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that button right now. Turn on the little bell notification, that way you guys can stay up to date with all my new content, right? And today I have not one, but two special guests, right? I have Specialist River Braun right here, 19 Delta, Cav Scout, and Corporal Anthony Alvarado, 11 Bravo, Infantry. And I guess pretty much this video is just going over some of the differences and similarities between the two MOSs, and just to pretty much decide who y'all like better and what y'all are thinking of pursuing when joining the Army. 11 Bravo, 19 Delta. So let's get to it. What's up guys? So like I was saying, infantry versus scouts, talking about their jobs, and stay tuned to the end of this video. That way you guys can comment down below either scouts or infantry in the comment section below, and whoever gets the most, whoever you all think is better or deserves to win this video, or which one, whatever side you're leaning towards, will get a prize pretty much. In about a week I'll count the comments, whoever has the most is the winner. And I'll give them a cash prize, and they can spend it however they see fit, right? So either comment scouts or infantry. Or if you think medics are the better MOS, comment medics, because that's what your boy is. But yeah, pretty much like I said, I'm gonna be talking to my two guests here, just pretty much about their jobs, MOSs, what they entail and stuff like that. So we'll kick it off, whoever wants to answer first. Just what does your specific MOS entail?
So we provide early warning for everybody. So say we're infantry's front lines, we're in front of the front lines. So that's our job, is to be early warning system. So if enemies or anyone's coming in, we can, give everyone a heads up on that and try to stay there as long as we can, just watching. So there's that, and then we go out and we survey bridges and stuff like that. So when these guys are rolling through, they don't, they know that the bridge can handle a tank or something, so it doesn't collapse underneath it. So we do route reconnaissance and all sorts of stuff like that. So that's my job.
All right, cool. And Alvarado?
Well, I do agree with him in some aspects, but the infantry does actually do its own route reconnaissance, weird enough. As far as what does it entail though, there's different aspects of it, because we have different types of infantry. You have light infantry, mechanized infantry, airborne infantry. You just have all these different types of infantry, and personally I'm in the armor unit, so I'm mechanized infantry. So as far as my job entail, I am a Bradley gunner. So I roll around in a Bradley little baby tank and shoot shit.
Nice, nice. Very well put. And just some background on both of these guys. I have had the privilege of being both the medic for the scout platoon and also both the medic for Charger Company, which is the company Alvarado here is attached to. I am currently the medic for Charger Company, so he's my boy. He's one of my boys still. I'm scouts, Charger, infantry. I love them both. I think they're both, very good MOSs. Probably the most fun platoon slash companies that I've been attached to as a medic, just because of the fun aspects of the job, and actually being able to be like one of the guys, and not behind like a desk or stuff like that, or working sick call. Like, to me personally, I love being a line medic. I love being with the guys. I love doing what they do. Like, it's just great. I've seen both of these guys grow up, in their time in the Army. When I met Braun, he was a PFC. When I met Alvarado, he was a PV2. Now he's a corporal. Braun is a specialist, about to get his corporal, so they're both coming up pretty well. And yeah, so you got a little overview of what their job is. And pretty much my next question is how physically demanding is your all's MOSs? Like, what are some of the day-to-day stuff that you guys do in like training and just things like that?
Physically demanding, so starting is like, I'd say starting the day out, you wake up early in the morning. We do like PT and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what y'all do for PT, but we usually, it's also like 25 degrees most mornings here when we start. If that, it's been lower too. It's been like 15s and stuff. And we'll run forever, and then days when it's too too cold, you know, we'll do some indoor PT, like push-up, sit-up drills. We'll do anything we can just to keep our scores up, because while it's cold here, you know, everyone wants to just be lazy and not do anything. So we got a couple guys in charge of PT in our platoon that try and keep that as best as it can be. That way we don't start getting, you know, fat and lazy. And then throughout the day, like, we were just breaking track. I don't know, has Charter started doing that at all?
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah, so we're replacing track pads and stuff. So that's pretty. It almost seems like a mechanic's job, but you know, like I'm a Bradley gunner myself, so is he, and we're getting in there and pulling track out, and this stuff's really heavy. It's just solid steel, yeah. So we got to do that, and that's just garrison stuff. And when we go out into the field, you know, we carry most of our stuff in our vehicles, but for scouts we have to set up, and then most of the time we dismount. So a lot of our guys will come in trucks or Bradleys, and they'll dismount and head out and set up like a OP, we call it, which is observation post, and to watch things. That way we're not next to a giant, you know, heat signature, and that takes carrying all of our stuff out there, all of our scout equipment, like LRASs, which are these giant telescopes basically. They're really heavy. It's like a 2-man carry. We got to carry all that stuff out there, and then they may give us the word to call back, and then we got to carry it all back. So along with all our rucks and everything, it's pretty physically demanding, I'd say.
I've definitely been a part of those dismounts, and they do suck. They are pretty physically demanding. You know, you get there, spend like 10-15 minutes, you're like, oh no, we found a better spot, so pick all your shit up, we're leaving, and we got to pick a new OP. It's crazy. But
NTC last year, dude?
NTC last year, and NTC with these guys, like, Jesus Christ, like, a lot of picking up, you know, just setting down, picking up, setting down. But yeah, and how about for infantry? How physically demanding is that?
So for us, physically demanding coming to PT wise, I've been under a lot of different leadership, and honestly, it's never really changed. It's only gotten progressively harder, because for some reason, new leadership's always better than the old leadership. We actually follow a very strict PT plan when it comes to morning PT. Every Monday is always a distance run. The last one we did was about 7.5 miles, I want to say. Then we go into like upper body, core, and then sprints, cardio, uphill, shit like that. Rucks, we do ruck. I think the heaviest ruck we've done here, or at least me personally, was probably like 50-60 pounds, so nothing too heavy. Usually we follow our EG drill packing list, which it's not bad at all. We go at a decent pace, probably like 14-13 minute pace.
So, yeah. Nice. It's usually about the same for us too.
But now going into the job, the physically demanding for its job itself, you know, as a Bradley gunner, I have to put in my 25 millimeter, and you know, it's not funny in a turret probably as wide as these chairs are set up.
Yeah.
It's
two people in there.
It's super cramped. You have to throw in the receiver. You got to put in the feeder. And it is not a fun thing to do. It's all uphill, trying to push metal into metal. It's heavy. It's heavy. And then being a dismount, you know, you have your saw gunners, your 240 gunners, and they're carrying obviously a machine gun with 1,000+ rounds. They have an AG carrying a tripod maybe, extra barrels, rucking uphills, water MREs, because I've been on both sides. I was a dismount and mounted, and you know, it's not fun while it's happening, but once you're done, it's, you know, those are the moments you make with your buddies. It's a great time, but it's pretty physically demanding. As long as you're staying in shape, you know, staying up at PT, you'll be alright.
Dope. Alright, cool. So going into my next question, guys, got it on my phone right here just so I remember. But what advice do you guys have for incoming soldiers who plan to pursue your specific MOS, whether it be 19 Delta or 11 Bravo?
So I'd say, and I think he could vouch for me, this is pretty much, both these guys actually could. I think pretty much any job is studying. Like you definitely have to study whatever it is, and a lot of our jobs, so he's infantry, I'm scout, they interlace, like we have to learn the same things. They almost cross train, but there's some specific stuff, like you gotta study just the dumb stuff that only you would have to know, and they're gonna ask you on the board, and it's just a general test of knowledge, that, like, I'd say ranking people in our platoon, like who's the best and who's the most knowledgeable is one part is knowledge, and then the second I'd say it'd be like PT, who could PT the best, and then on top of that who's a good leader, like who can lead troops underneath them, and that comes from any rank. So if you've got those three qualities, I think that's really what you have to be good at your job, and I'd say that goes for almost every job that you have in the Army. But specifically, if you want to be a scout, study the fundamentals, and you can find those online. You can find those, if you're incoming, they'll teach you those basic training. Just be hungry for knowledge, and you'll do good at your job. I wouldn't say it's simple stuff, but it's not hard to
skill level 1 stuff.
Yeah, it's not hard to get a grip on.
So, and for you, Alvaro?
So, what was the question?
So, what advice would you have for incoming soldiers who are going to pursue your MOS?
Some advice I can give, he pretty much hit it up. For anybody new incoming to the Army or the infantry, if you're changing over MOS, your prior service, just study. PT, of course, obviously, you got to be physically fit, but study. You have to have your knowledge, whether it's rifle marksmanship, or it's being a Bradley gunner, or it's CLS, or it's land navigation. No matter what it is, you have to be good at all these skill level 1 tasks in order to do this job. Because if you're light infantry and you're walking everywhere, you better know how to read a map. If you're in a Bradley and you're driving, you better know how to read a map because you have a JCR.
Yeah.
So, just take time out of your day to study and be the best you can and put yourself above your peers. Like, don't be cocky, but be confident. Show your ass a little bit, That's how I got to where I am right now. I made rank pretty quick, I would say, in my career.
Yeah, honestly, like a year and a half ago, like he was a PV2. Now he's a corporal, about to get his 5 once he hits BLC.
So I would, just be good at your job. Be the best at your job. You don't want to be an average soldier. You want to be the best. You want to stand out above your peers, whether it's counseling soldiers, doing PT, whether it's shooting a range or land navigation or EIB. Like, you have to do these things. It's just a must. You want to have that chest candy because it makes you stand out from other people, whether it's peers, subordinates, seniors. A lot of people don't have a lot of things other people do. Just do the best you can.
I like it. Very well put. So, jumping into the next one, right? Kind of the same question, but same but different, I guess. So, how could one better prepare for the requirements of your job, right? So, we went over studying. So, what are some other things they could do before even coming, or even at basic, and then transitioning, to OSIT and then into their actual duty station? Like, what are just some things that they could, touch on to better prepare for the physical requirements, the mental requirements, the knowledge requirements that are just going to be present in your all's MOSs?
So, for the infantry, I have a lot of buddies back home who always ask me, because I talk about the infantry all the time. I love it. It's a love-hate relationship, but they ask me about like what they have to do to prepare before they go to basic training. And I tell them all the time, cardio. Everybody wants to get in the gym, lift weights, and you can do that. You can get really big, but I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna lose all that muscle in basic training.
Oh, yeah.
Because all it is cardio. So as long as you can run a decent 2 mile, run 5 miles, you're good. Ruck. So prepare yourself wise, cardio, study, stay informed, know customs and courtesies before you come in. Obviously, that'll make you stand out. If you've been in JROTC through like high school and stuff, that'll help you a lot. But if you're trying to be cocky about it, you'll get fucking kicked out quick. I had one dude that I went to basic with. His name was Anderson, and they kicked his ass out quick. He was a cocky little shit.
Definitely happens. They don't like cocky. So there's cool cocky, and then there's cocky like, yo, get this guy out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A lot of people think shooting, like before you come into the Army, is gonna help them. It's really not. I know a lot of people who shot all their life, they come to the Army, they can't shoot 40 out of 40 to save their lives. Just knowing how to take notes, knowing how to follow directions, that's what you really have to work on, because learning in a civilian environment is different from learning in an Army environment. Everything's quick. You have to be able to hold on to the knowledge and retain it, no matter how fast it's given or how long you have to retain that knowledge. So that's a big fucking thing. That is a big...
Yeah, I definitely agree with him. Like, if you guys have seen my 68 Whiskey Combat Medic video, where I talk about just, you know, the training and learning we had to do to get, like, just to pass AIT, like, it's insane. Like, 6 weeks to memorize an entire book and test on it and pass just to take the NREMT. It's crazy. Like, if you guys want to check that video out, I'll go ahead and link it up right here. And if you guys want to see a specific video talking about that, comment it down in the comment section below, and I'd be more than happy to make a video talking about just that specific topic. But River, do you have anything?
Yeah, so what I always tell people when they're asking me, like, I get a lot of questions, like, from people back home, like, hey, I'm going to basic training, you know, like, what should I, you know, I want to be the best I can be, what should I try and learn? And the biggest thing I usually tell them is, honestly, they'll give you everything that you need once you get there. So, but knowledge isn't knowledge and stuff like that. And even when it comes to PT, then, like, I mean, yeah, even then they'll break you down. Like, I've seen some guys, like, there's a guy I went to basic training with, he was a bodybuilder, he was a huge dude, lost everything every single day, like he was losing weight because of how they feed you there, and they have a diet strictly for you to go off of, and that kind of cuts you down. So you want to be, like, you lose weight while you're there. So like you said, like, lifting and stuff like that doesn't really help you out too much. Cardio is a big thing, but when it comes down to it, it's really how you take everything. So you want to be able to just be able to learn on your feet while you're there, like quick pace, like you hear knowledge and obviously write it down, but you want to be able to keep a mental note on everything. That's having those fundamentals, like, in your head, like knowing how to do stuff like that, like train yourself to just, what's the word I'm looking for, like adhere to the Army in general is going to be the biggest thing to help you out. As I wouldn't really focus on too much stuff before the Army, because they're already going to break you down and try to change you, you know. That's the whole point of basic training and all that, is trying to cut you down from being a civilian and turn you into a soldier. So that's what they're going to do. And as long as you adhere to that and you're ductile and you don't fight it, you'll turn out well.
I have one thing to add on to that. So another thing that will really help you guys prepare for it is mental toughness, mental strength, because that's all the military is. It's a mental game. If you've never been away from family, because I know when I left for basic, it was my first time ever going on a plane, and it was by myself, and it was the first time me being away from my family. So, you know, that was probably like the most challenging thing for me in basic training, is just that part. But I know that a lot of people do not get through basic training due to the mental aspect of it. Is it physically demanding? Yes. Is it really hard? No, it's not. The mental aspect is what gets everybody, because they miss their wives, their girlfriends, their friends, their family. So just prepare yourself to not be able to talk to family and loved ones for a little bit, and just to be away from them. But, you know, even saying that, you might not be talking to your family back home, but you're making a new family in the process. Like, you know, there's nobody closer to me than my brothers on the line with me. You know, the people in charge of the company with me, from my NCOs to my Joes to my peers. You know, and we might, you know, you might butt heads all the time. You know, you might rag on each other, but that's just how it is. That's the military. It's a brotherly thing. So you can't let the mental aspect ruin it for you. It's hard, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's not.
100% agree. Like, if you guys want more information about basic training, I also have a video talking about that, which I will link down below or either up here on the little cards. But it just pretty much talks, like, pretty much phase by phase, you know, the process of basic training and just pretty much how to get through it with a little more ease. So you guys can definitely check that out if you guys would like that as well. But that's pretty much all the questions I have. This last one really isn't a question. It's more of a crowd pleaser, you know, a little competition. But like, who do y'all personally think is better, 19 Deltas, Cav Scouts, or 11 Bravo's Infantry, right?
Infantry.
So he's repping his MOS. And then Braun?
Yeah, I'd go Scouts personally.
If you want to wear a Stetson and Spurs, go Scouts. If you want to be a badass rocking that blue cord, go Infantry.
Damn, see, I'm the medic, so I get the best of both worlds. I can pick and choose. I don't get a Stetson or Spurs. I don't get a blue cord. But, you know, I get the joy of just being the medic and, you know, laughing at the guys when they have, like, silly problems going on in their life. So, what I want y'all to do, you know, if you've made it this far in the video is, yeah, he's got a tourniquet on him.
I'm the medic.
Honestly, this dude's really good at CL. It's one of my best dudes. Like, I would take this guy over some of the medics in my platoon, honestly, like, if I needed somebody to help me treat. But, yeah, guys, in the comment section below, I want y'all to pick, right, between Specialist River Braun or Corporal Anthony Alvarado, right? 19 Delta Scouts or 11 Bravo Infantry. All you have to do is just comment Scouts if you think the Scouts are better, or Infantry if you think the Infantry is better. And in about a week or so, I'm going to be picking a winner, right? Whoever has the most Scout comments or the most Infantry comments, I'll pick, and they'll get a cash prize from me personally. I don't know how much it's going to be. You know, I'll determine that later, but that's just something that's going to be going on, guys. I hope y'all comment down below.
Yeah, better pick him with you.
You know, dude, I don't know what you guys gonna pick. Or just for fun, comment medic down below if you think medics are better and you guys want to vote for me.
Medics are better. I love our medics. You gotta love your medics.
Dude, but yeah, guys, just some fun. All right, guys, so we just did the little practical who's better, but just to go into it real quick, like, who do you all think is, like, actually, like, better overall, like, realistically, and more, like, you know, needs of the army type deal? You know what I mean? Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
All right, so I'm gonna start off by saying, when it comes to that aspect, there is no winner, because you need us and we need them. They need us. So, you know, the army needs the infantry. We're the ones kicking in the doors, clearing out bunkers, clearing underground tunnels, shit like that. But they're the ones doing the reconnaissance. Like I said, we do our own reconnaissance too, but they're the initial. So we need them. They're calling for fire, we're calling for fire. They help us out, we help them out. I believe that no matter what your MOS is, you are definitely an aspect of the army that has to be here. Even the pokes, the fucking paper pushers up in S1, even fucking them. And like, they do map shit or radios, I don't know what the fuck they do. But I believe that we need them for whatever the fuck they do. I can't write awards, I'm not gonna do this shit. But, my opinion, I got all this infantry pride, but I'm not gonna just showboat on the YouTube video, you know, because I'm fucking selfless, you know, I'm humble. I can't do my job without them, and I believe they can't do their job without us.
I 100%, like, funny story, I was literally watching, like, mega military live stream by a couple of the bigger YouTubers. It was on Erica Burney's channel. Like, I've never gotten in contact with her or, you know, personally, but I have, like, talked to a few of the other YouTubers that were on that live stream, you know, through Instagram and stuff like that, just getting advice, you know, help grow my channel. And actually, like, there was this one dude in, like, the live comment section, you know, just repping 11 Bravo, like, mad facts, like, just, like, you know, calling everybody pogue, saying, like, they're the #1 MOS, stuff like that. And, you know, just pretty much everybody was just trying to tell him, like, yo, hey, like, you know, I even commented, I was like, you know, every MOS in the military is important. We all play a specific role, because, like, yes, combat arm roles, you know, scouts, you know, tankers, you know, infantry, like, they get, like, their MOSs are cool, and they get, like, all the hype, you know, because, you know, they're a combat MOS. Like, that shit's cool, you know, like, that's, like, you know, it's dope to be a part of a combat MOS. But
when you get to do that job.
Yeah, when you get to do that job. But there's so many aspects to the military that you guys don't know that goes on. You know, if you're in, you know. But if you're not, you know, like, hey, you see a commercial, like, on the infantry, you think it's the best thing, right? And fuck them.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. But you think it's the best thing, but there's so much more that goes into it. And all the support MOSs that actually fuel those combat MOSs are so important, because without them, like, they wouldn't know what's going on, like logistics, stuff like that, resupply, like everything, you know, from S1 to S6, so on and so forth, like every MOS.
To being a fueler, like the most simple MOS, all you gotta do is start a truck so we can get fuel in our Bradleys. I don't know how to do that truck. It's complicated. There's cables and buttons and twisty thingies, thingamabobbers.
Yeah.
But I need them.
So I think, I agree, every MOS is important. I don't think one specific one is better than the other.
But I'd also like to point out that being in garrison especially, and being mechanized too, like what you want to be, in my opinion. If you want all that cool Call of Duty shit, like that's in the light world. You don't really get to pick where you go to start off. At least like you sign a contract and they send you somewhere. That's how it works essentially in the Army. But we both got sent to mechanize. So here we're basically doing the same thing. Honestly, like if you come down to it, like even in our jobs together, like scouts still do a lot of things that the infantry do, and the infantry do a lot of, like he said, they've got reconnaissance assets, and we fight too, you know, we do stuff like that as well. Not as much, and they don't do as much as we do, but they all, like, we're all in the motor pool at the same time, fixing our tracks, doing the same stuff, you know, like we're both doing the same thing when it boils down to it. Like,
shit is good.
Infantry is very, very necessary and very needed, but so are scouts. And you really can't say one's better than the other because they're both necessary. However, I'd say scouts give an aspect to the Army that, like, for the early warning system, we tell them when people are about to roll up on them so they don't get, you know, killed in their sleep in combat and stuff like that. And I would say that's why I think we're most necessary. But we've got them who they go and they take the fight from us when we can't handle it because we're small armed or small units, you know, with very few people, and they've got a whole fucking company of people to come in, kick in doors and kill the bad guys. So that's kind of my take on it. But
yeah.
Now, what's your take on it?
So my take, you know, like I said, I think every MOS is important. But you know, being a medic for the scouts, you know, for the infantry, like I've had the best of both worlds. And honestly, like I love both of the MOSs. Like Braun was saying, like here at mechanized, you know, pretty much, you know, in an armored brigade, like, you know, it goes hand in hand. Like every time I've been with these guys, it's either been on a Brad or a truck, you know, like we've done the same things. When we've dismounted, we've set up OPs, you know, we've been in like mountains, you know, we've carried the saws, you know, we've done all of that, you know, pretty much, you know, like here where we're at right now, I'd say they go hand in hand, you know, it's pretty much the same overall. But, you know, if I was in like attached to a light infantry, you know, platoon or company, right, like it'd probably be a little different. It'd probably be a little more taxing on me and stuff like that. But overall, I would say that I love both the infantry and the scouts, and I think, like, I honestly, I'm not gonna pick because I like both of them the same. Like, they're my boys, you know, we've been through shit together, fucking, not like hardcore shit. I'm not saying we've done badass shit overseas or stuff like that, so don't, you know, start roasting us in the comment section, because, you know, I personally haven't done, like, badass shit. I'm not gonna brag and say I have or anything like that. But, you know, like, just those field problems, you know, and stuff like that, like, you bond with your boys, and, you know, I've had great experiences with both. So, overall, you know, it's a tie, hands down for me. But, again, every MOS is important. But, thank you guys, again, for tuning into this video. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I love bringing people onto the channel because I'm only one person, right? Like, yeah, I've been a medic for, you know, tankers, you know, infantry, scouts and stuff, but I only know so much, right? And it's better when I can bring people on that actually do that job that I'm trying to give y'all information about. And that's what this channel is here for. It's to better help y'all who are incoming or, you know, are thinking about switching MOSs and stuff, just get a better understanding of the military in general and specific MOSs that you guys have questions for. And I'm happy to do that. If you guys want more videos like this, let me know down below. I'd be more than happy to bring more people on and just make it a more lively experience, because I think it's personally more fun because you can just talk about it and just bullshit with your friends pretty much.
Your randoms.
Yeah, your randoms, you know, strangers, whatever. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I really hope to see you on the next one. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below so we can get a winner for these two guys. But again, guys,
smash that like button.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button. Again, we're just selfish, like, just shameless plugs right here. Just do it, like it. But yeah, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Later.